Hello everybody! So today's video we're going to be trying to make a thumbprint with whatever materials we have around the house. Now I've already tried some out, but I'm going to explain them just in a moment. So for materials that we can use, any type of paper. So I have an envelope from the mail that I received. I have index cards and I have sticky notes. These are great ways to use paper. You don't need a full piece because all we want is one clear thumbprint so you can look at it nicely. Okay, so the first material I have here is an ink pad. If you do have an ink pad, all you need to do is ink your finger up, which you can see which finger I inked up, and stamped it. Now if you think it's too dark, maybe you stamp again and you get a ghost effect. So I'm going to do another example of this. So I inked up my finger. If I press one, okay, and then do another one, it's a ghost print, but this one doesn't really show a clear, I can't really see the lines in my fingerprint very well. That one actually has some great texture, and I can see the way that my fingerprints move. Now the cool part about this is that everybody has a unique pair of fingerprints, and we're going to be looking at the lines in our fingerprints. All you need to do is create one solid print so that you're able to see the great detail in your fingerprint. Now the next material I explored was a highlighter, which I'm going to use the same finger, which is blue. It's very handy to keep paper towels with you too, so you can wipe your finger off after. Okay, and I'm going to reprint my blue finger. Pressing hard. So the highlighter works very well. I can see the details in my fingerprint right here. So it's a great material if you have highlighters in any color. If you have multiple colors, try them out, see which one's more clear for you. A material that also would work very well is a pencil. So if I take my pencil, and I'm going to use an index card for almost like an ink pad of my pencil. I'm going to use the side of my pencil. And this is building up the graphite that is in my pencil. I really want to get a nice solid block of graphite. And if you've ever noticed when you work with pencil or draw with it, you get that graphite on the side of your hand. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my finger off. I'm going to use a different finger again this time. I'm going to rub my finger in that graphite. Okay, and now you can see the metallic tint of the graphite on my finger. You can push hard and get a print that way, or put more graphite on your finger. And if you have Scotch tape, get a clean piece. There's a lot of fuzz on that piece, so I'm not going to use that. But if I get a second piece of Scotch tape, or even packing tape, I take my finger, I stick my finger to this, and peel it up. I'm going to get a really nice clear print of that graphite. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so a piece of Scotch tape, and I built up a graphite petal, is giving me the best reading of my fingerprint right here. Right here I have a loop that goes around so I can see the details of that fingerprint. So if you have a pencil, piece of tape, you can do that very easily. Another material is charcoal. This might be an odd material. You might not have charcoal, but the same idea. You build up that charcoal, clean your finger, smudge your finger in the charcoal. I'm going to move that. And then I print it again. Okay. And the same thing with the graphite. It's very light, but if I was to put more charcoal on this, take another piece of that Scotch tape or packing tape and stick my finger on it, I would get another nice fingerprint with that charcoal. It actually is darker than the pencil, but that's okay if you don't have charcoal. I have another material for you to try. I'm going to use my little index card again. I'm going to take a little water to clean off my finger, just so I'm not making a mess of my work area. And the next one I'm going to use is nail polish. Yes, nail polish. So if you have any nail polish at home, somebody at home has it, ask before you use it. So I'm going to just shake it up a little. I'm going to take my nail polish, which matches my nails perfectly. I'm going to add a little dot to this index card. I'm going to use my left hand for this. I'm going to rub my finger in the nail polish just so I get the whole tip of it. Then I take my finger and I'm going to press. And you'd be surprised that nail polish actually gives you a really nice print. You can try this again. The nail polish does dry pretty quick, so you want to work a little quick with this. Put a little dot down, screw that cap on so you don't spill any. Rub your finger in the nail polish, and then print. Okay, and it gives you a good print. Now my paper is very thin, so I might have to let the nail polish dry to really see the way the lines are moving. When thin paper gets wet, it goes dark and you have to wait for it to dry. So you might have to wait a little bit for this to dry. But I have all these different fingerprints to look at. And now what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be using my observational skills. And your observational skills are using your eyes to see what's in front of you, not what you think is in front of you. When you are using your imagination, you're bringing things from your brain and it's going down on paper. When you're using your observational drawing skills, you're physically looking at the thing you are drawing. So in my fingerprints, right, we know fingerprints have lines, but everybody's lines in their fingerprints are different. Using my fingerprint on this piece of mail, I can now look at it and see the directions the lines are going. I have a circular pattern in the middle, and then it goes out to a triangle shape towards the bottom left. Now using my observational skills, I'm going to try and draw this fingerprint. Now I might not include every single line, but I am going to pay attention to the way the lines move. Now drawing your fingerprint, you can either draw it on paper or you can draw it digitally, but you're going to be scaling your image up to be larger. You're not going to be making the fingerprint the same exact size. You want to scale it to be larger. So in this video I am doing hyperspeed, but I'm really looking at my fingerprint and seeing which way the lines are going. I am not drawing every single line in the fingerprint, but I'm looking at the directions they're going and if there's a pattern in the fingerprint. So you're really using your observational skills for this drawing. Now for this drawing, I'm not using my observational skills. I'm using what I think a fingerprint looks like. But for this project, we really want to be using those observational skills.